Hello students, and welcome back to our science class part 2. We have seen this beautiful site already in part 1, correct? Now let's learn more about parts of the plant. We see the life cycle in case of all living things, be it animals, human beings, us, plants, birds. In the chapter Getting to Know Plants. Today we will have a look at the shoot system. That is the stem, the leaves, flowers and fruits. In the last class we have seen the root system, and we know that roots help to absorb for the plant water and mineral salts, which thus pass it on to the stem. Now let us see the stem. The water from the roots is absorbed and passed on to the stem. The stem has thin tubes which are called as xylem, and which help to transport the water from the roots to the different parts of the plant. Now, when the food is prepared in the leaves, then the food is passed down again through another tube-like structure, which is called as the phloem, from the stem to different parts of the plant, even the roots. Function of the stem. The stem keeps the plant upright. It bears branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. The main function of the stem is to transport water, minerals and food to all the parts of the plant. There is also modification seen in case of stem. There are thin thread-like structures on some plants, like for example gherkins, thinly. You'll see thin thread-like structures, even cucumbers. These are called as the stem tendrils. So from the stem, the plant gives rise to tendrils, which hold on to or attach to different plants or structures for support. Why this is happening? Because it needs support. The stem is very weak. Stems may be also modified to store food. Like in case of ginger and potato, these are some examples of part of the stem vegetable. So the swollen part, the ginger or the potato, is a part of the stem, not the root. So these are stem vegetables. The food is stored in these potatoes and ginger. Therefore, the size and it is swollen. Whereas in case of sweet potato, it is a root vegetable. But potato is a vegetable, but it is a part of the stem, not the root. Stems may be also modified to make food. For example, cactus. The green part which you see in the cactus is actually the stem. Now the stem here of the cactus is green in color and helps to prepare food because no leaves are present. In case of other plants, the leaves help to prepare food for the plant. You can try this activity number 2 from your textbook, the flower experiment. You have to take flour, white color flour, okay, and put it into a glass of colored solutions. You can take food colors for this. You can try this out. The activity is present on your book. You have to keep it for some time, and after some time you will observe that the color changes of the flower. Why this is happening? Can you tell me? Yes, because this shows that the stem is absorbing and transporting the water, the colored water, to the different parts of the plant, here in case of the flower. Therefore, the color changes. Leaves are called as the kitchen of the plant. In our kitchens, the food is being prepared, correct? So in case of leaves also, they are the kitchen of the plant. The outer blade-like structure is called as the lamina. And there are small designs made on the leaf. The stalk on which the leaf is on is called as the petiole. This is a very important diagram. Now, based on the design made on the leaf, if you turn the leaf on the underside, you will find this type of venation. If it is a network type of venation, all crisscross and joint, this is called as a reticulate venation. But in this one, if you see on the underside, you will see thin, long line-like structure design. This is called as a parallel venation. You have learned about parallel lines in maths. So here you have parallel lines. Okay, reticulate venation is seen in case of hibiscus, shoe flower, or even rose plant and other plants also. You can check in your garden. And parallel venation is found in banana leaf and also grass. You can observe that carefully. Now, did you know if you observe the leaf, you can tell me what the root is of the plant without just pulling it out? Yes, you can do it. Okay, if it is a reticulate venation, it will be a taproot system. But if it is a parallel venation, it is a fibrous root system. So, just by observing the leaf, the venation on the leaf, you can tell what type of root is present for that plant. You can pull out a grass and check the roots also, which the activity was told to you in the last class, and also the leaf venation. Also find out more examples of reticulate and parallel venation with their taproot system and fibrous root system. Function of the leaves. The leaves have a green pigment which is called as chlorophyll. All the plants have chlorophyll in them. Some plants may show a red leaf or yellow leaf. This is because the pigment of yellow or brown or red is more in them. But chlorophyll is always present in all the plants because they have to prepare their own food using chlorophyll. And chlorophyll helps to absorb sunlight. So the plant uses sunlight and provides energy to the plant for making food. This process is called as photosynthesis, which can be broken down into two words. Photo means using light, that is sunlight. Synthesis means preparing of food. Photosynthesis is an important process in case of plants. And all plants prepare their own food using simple ingredients. That is the sunlight, chlorophyll which is already present, and the carbon dioxide, also water and minerals. So all these three things are very important. The plant takes in carbon dioxide, takes water from the roots and the sunlight through the leaves, prepares their own food and stores in the leaf, stem or roots, fruits also, and some amount of oxygen is passed to the environment. So the plants give off oxygen during the preparation of food. So once they take carbon dioxide, which is a pollutant gas or which is not required for human beings, they take in this and give off oxygen. Therefore plants are important for us because they provide us oxygen. Now, the food which is prepared is glucose, that is sugar solution. The glucose changes to starch before the plant stores it. Plants use some of this food to perform their life functions, that is to grow, to get the energy to grow flowers, to bloom the flowers and also grow fruits on them. And the rest of the food which is not required is stored in fruits, roots, stems and leaves. Transpiration is an important process in case of plants. Once they prepare their own food, the excess water is left out to the environment from the leaves. There are small openings on the underside of the leaf. if you feel the leaf, turn the leaf on the underside and just feel the leaf, you will find there are small bumps like on them, okay, small rough structures. These are called as stomata. Stomata are small openings on the leaf, and they open only when they have to give out water in form of water vapor. Okay, so the excess water is released. Plants don't keep the excess water, but they release water through stomata. This is called as transpiration process. The two main important things which happen during transpiration and why it is important for all of us is because it helps the plant to cool down. Okay, it helps the plant to cool down by itself. We also transpire by sweat or urine. We give off water, correct? Once we sweat, we give off water, and if we put on the fan, it cools us down, the air. So in case of transpiration, the same thing happens. It cools down the leaves. Also, it plays an important role in the water cycle by increasing the moisture in the air. So once the plant gives out water, so the water is excess in the air, it cools the environment. Therefore also the plants are important for us, not only for shade, fruits and flowers, okay, but also because of this transpiration process. Also, we have learned in the other previous slide that it gives off oxygen only during the daytime. The food is present or food is prepared during the daytime only because of the sunlight. In the night time, the process is reversed. In the night time, the plants are like us. They take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide. Therefore, you should not keep plants in the bedroom because it will increase the carbon dioxide in the bedroom. Okay. Modification of leaf. Yes, leaves also show some modification. The leaves grow tendrils to give support to each other. In case of this gloriosa. Also in cactus, I said earlier, there are no leaves in cactus. The green part you see, those are not leaves, but they are the stem. Here the leaves are present, but they are modified into spines. The thin thorn-like structure, this is the leaves. Now in case of cactus, it stores water because it grows in desert areas, or it requires very less water when you water them. You should not water cactus every day if you have at home. But most of the cactus in the desert area, they don't get water. So they have to store water for their growth. So the water, if you cut the cactus, the water will flow out. Okay. So the water is stored in the stem. You can try this activity for transpiration to check if the plant is really releasing of water or no. Activity number 4 will help you. What you have to do is you have to take a transparent polythene bag and cover the plant or branch of a plant, a potted plant which is growing in the sunlight. Keep it for some time during the daytime, and after a few hours you can observe there will be condensation process happening inside the polythene bag. That is, water droplets will be formed. This tells you that the plant is undergoing transpiration process. After you finish the activity, don't forget to remove the plastic bag. The most beautiful, attractive, colorful part of the plant is flowers. They are of different size, shape, smell and colors. Let us learn about them also. Hibiscus, or the shoe flower, which grows in a garden commonly. It has a scientific name, and all the plants have scientific name. This one is called as Hibiscus rosa sinensis. The most attractive part is the petals. All the flowers will have petals, maybe of different color and shape, size also. Next, the plants have two important features on them. it has the male and the female gametes present on them. The male gametes are two parts. This yellow structures you see on the hibiscus, they are in the male gametes. If you observe carefully a flower of the hibiscus from the garden, you will see this yellow structure is rested upon a tube-like structure. This both things together, they are called as, not this tube, okay, this yellow ones. They have pollens on them. If you touch them, you will find powdery substance. They are the male gametes. Now the female part of this flower is the ear, starting from here. This red color whorl of red stamens you see, okay, on top 1, 2, 3, 4. And the tube which goes down, this is the part of the female structure, and the ovary which is present inside hidden. Okay, let's observe here. So we have the petals, the green leaf-like structure just below the base of the flower is called as sepals. Then we have the male parts, that is the stamen. Stamen has two parts, anther and filament. Anther is the top cushion-like structure where the pollen grains are found, and the filament is the tube-like structure which holds the anther. These two are called as the stamen together. Anther and filament makes the stamen, that is the male parts. Let's go to the female parts. The female structure is called as the pistil. It has three main parts. This is called as a stigma. This is the red color saw. Okay. This is called as a stigma. The tube-like structure, these long tube-like red color you see, that is the style and the ovary inside. Okay. If you remove the petals and the sepals, you will observe this tube-like structure. So the style, stigma and ovary are parts of the pistil, that is a female part. If you cut open the ovary, you will find small tiny grain-like structure, egg-like structure. Those are called as ovary. This part is called as ovary. Inside the ovary you will find these tiny grain-like structures which are called as ovules. Now these ovules will form the fruit, okay, the seed which will be formed and which helps to grow into a new plant. Once the flower dies off, it will fall out and the ovules will become hard before dying off and they will form the seed. Fruits, they are also colorful, bright, fleshy and juicy. Fruits help the plant by producing seed. They protect the seed inside. Okay. Did you know they are carnivorous plants also? In our second chapter we have learned about carnivorous animals, but carnivorous plants are also there, which depend upon insects or small animals for their growth. One of them is pitcher plant. The word pitcher means a jug shape. Okay, so this pitcher plant, the scientific name is Nepenthes. It has a jug shaped structure where it traps the insects by giving out a smell. The insects come close to it and they fall off inside the pitcher. There is a juice-like structure, juice-like watery substance present in the pitcher which traps the insect. The plant, once they know that the insect has fallen inside or the food is fallen inside, it will close off the lid and shut off the oxygen for the insect. And thus they will digest it and use it for their growth. This is another example of carnivorous plant. It's a Venus flytrap. It opens up and then there's a sticky glue-like structure on the underside or the inner part of this plant. They will attract the insects. Once the insect sits on it, it traps the insect by clamping it shut. Observe this. So they are carnivorous plants also. What have we learned today? Earlier we have seen how the plant is classified using the size or the height of the plant, stem and branching. They can be classified as tree, shrub, herb, creepers and climbers. Also, we have completed the parts of the plant, the function and modification of root, stem, leaves, fruits and flowers. We have seen the activity for root. You can do the activity for stem also, and transpiration process. There are other activities present on the note textbook. Okay, you can try them out. Also, we have seen 2 carnivorous plants. There are more. You can find them out. Forests, jungles, trees and plants produce the oxygen we breathe. They are called as the lungs of the earth. If we destroy them, we will destroy ourselves. Plant a tree today and get oxygen free for life. So we have to save trees, not cut down trees. Grow more plants which will grow into trees. Make your garden greener. Thank you, students. God bless you all. Take care. Stay safe.